Welcome to Bethlehem Institute of Engineering. Bethlehem Institute of Engineering is affiliated to Anna University, Chennai and approved by AICTE, New Delhi. This institution was established in the year 2008.
Dear students, today we are going to see in detail about blood flow measurement. Okay, that is measuring the blood flow. So this blood flow, this is the important parameter, and also it is very difficult to measure this blood flow accurately. So this blood flow is one of the important physiological parameter and the most difficult to measure it perfectly. Okay, so this blood flow, the average velocity of the blood flow vary over a range of, we know the vessels, our blood vessels, the diameter of our blood vessels varies. Okay, varies based on the varies. Okay, so based on this variation, the velocity of the blood flow also over a varies. That is, it will depends on this diameter of the blood vessel. The average velocity of the blood flow varies over a wide range depending on the diameter of blood vessel. Okay, there are many techniques for measuring the blood flow and velocity. They are categorized into invasive and non-invasive. Okay, so just to measure this blood flow and velocity, there are various methods. We are categorized into invasive, that is surgical measurement, and non-invasive, that is through the skin. Okay, these are the two types of measurement. Okay, so why we are using this blood flow meter, why we are measuring this? So we know nowadays the blocks are all common, right? So just in order to inspect or identify the block in the blood, we are mainly using this blood flow measurements. Also this is mainly used for testing artificial blood vessel during the organ transplantation, and also during fistula creation and dialysis. Okay, these are the things for which we need this blood flow meter, why we are using blood flow measurement. Okay, this just shows the typical values of blood flow in each vessel: aorta, capillaries, vena cava, inferior and superiors. Okay, this just go through this the cross sectional area as well as the blood velocity is given. So the range of this is given through aorta. The sectional area, cross sectional area of the vessel is 3 to 5 centimeters square. The velocity is 40 centimeter per second. Okay, depends. Okay, next, types. Okay, there are various types of blood flow meters are available. So the most widely used methods are electromagnetic blood flow meter, ultrasonic blood flow meter, NMR blood flow meter, laser Doppler blood flow meter. Okay, these are the types of blood flow meter. In our subject we need to study about two topics, that is electromagnetic blood flow meter and ultrasonic blood flow meter. Okay, let's have a look on the electromagnetic blood flow meter. Okay, this figure shows the electromagnetic blood flow meter. What is electromagnetic blood flow meter? Okay, so here it measures the instantaneous pulsative flow of blood. Okay, just this is also used to measure the flow of blood. Okay, whether it is flowing correctly, or if there is any block, if there is any something problems in the blood flow level, that all will be identified by using this blood flow meter. So in this electromagnetic blood flow meter, it works based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Okay, it works based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. So the voltage induced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field is proportional to the velocity of the conductor. Okay, the voltage induced in this, blood is a good conductor of electricity. The voltage induced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field is proportional to the velocity of the conductor. Okay, the permanent magnet or electromagnet is positioned around the blood vessel, generates a magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of the flow of blood vessel. Okay, these are the magnets. Okay, these are the magnets. This is placed where we are placing this. They are positioned around a blood vessel. This is the blood vessel. Okay, this is the blood vessel. This one is the blood vessel, and around the blood vessel we are placing what? A permanent magnet or electromagnet. This will generate a magnetic field. Okay, this will generate a magnetic field which is perpendicular to the direction of the flow of blood. In this figure it is given, this is the blood vessel and this is the electromagnet. Okay, here in this electromagnetic there are two electrodes. Okay, signal sensing electrodes. Okay, so through the principle of electromagnetic induction, there will be a generation of magnetic field which is perpendicular to the direction of blood flow. Okay, so the voltage, this is the electromagnetic, this shape. So the voltage induced in the moving blood column is measured with the stationary electrode. These are the two electrodes. These electrodes are mainly used to measure the voltage in this blood column. Okay, located on the opposite side of the blood vessel and perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. This electromagnetic blood flow meter requires that the blood vessel, so we need the blood vessel, need the blood vessel to be exposed, so that only we can able to flow the head or the measuring probe. We can place our measuring probe around this blood vessel. Okay, so we need the blood vessel to be in exposed state, so that only we can able to place this electromagnetic blood flow meter. Okay, this theory measures the instantaneous pulsatility flow of blood. It works based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. The voltage induced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field is proportional to the velocity of the conductor. The conductive blood is the moving conductor. The permanent magnet or electromagnet positioned around the blood vessel generates a magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of the flow of the blood. Voltage induced in the moving blood column is measured with the stationary electrodes located on the opposite sides of the blood vessel and perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. This method requires that blood vessel to be exposed so that the flow head or the measuring probe can be put across it. Okay, have you understand this one? Okay, next we are going to see the block diagram of this electromagnetic blood flow meter. Okay, this figure just shows the electromagnetic blood flow meter. There is a transducer, preamplifier, gate circuit. Here it is a low pass filter, then oscillator, and the magnet current. Okay, this transducer, here this is the transducer. It consists of an electromagnet or a pair of electrodes. Okay, these electrodes may be in contact with either the flowing blood or the outer surface of the blood vessel. We know, as we see in the earlier portion, these magnet have a direct contact with the blood or blood vessel. Okay, that is a transducer, which consists of what? It consists of an electromagnet or the pair of electrodes. Then preamplifier. What is the purpose of preamplifier? The induced voltage picked up by the electrodes is given to the no noise differential amplifier through a capacitive coupling. It must have a very high common mode rejection ratio and the input impedance. Okay. Next, this is passed on to the gating circuit. It helps to remove the suppressed voltages generated during the magnet current reversal. So just to remove some voltages produced during the magnet current removal. This action is controlled by the circuit, which provides an excitation current to the electromagnet. Okay. Then low pass filter. Here it is the low pass filter. So the demodulated signal is given to the RC low pass filter. Here it provides a uniform frequency response and also a linear phase shift. Okay. Then we get the output. Here in this magnetic current drive, the input to the power, that is the input to the power amplifier stage, which supplies the current to the electromagnetic, is fed from a free running multivibrator just to provide the current to this electromagnetic. Okay, this magnet current is generally used to provide some current to this electromagnetic, just to make the good working. Okay. These are about the electromagnetic blood flow meter. Then next we are going to see about the ultrasonic blood flow meter. What is it? Ultrasonic blood flow meter. Okay, from the name itself we know it is fully depends on the ultrasound. Okay, so in this, a beam of ultrasonic energy is used to measure the velocity of flowing blood. By using this beam of ultrasonic energy, how we are measuring the rate of blood flow, that we are going to study in this. So there are two different types, transmit time ultrasonic blood flow meter and Doppler type. Okay, these two depends on ultrasounds. Okay, just we can first see transmit time ultrasonic blood flow meter. Okay, here in this transmit time ultrasonic blood flow meter, this is the figure. This is the ultrasonic transducer and this is the ultrasonic. Here there are two ultrasonic transducer. This one will transmit an ultrasound and this will receive that ultrasound. After receiving that, it will again transmitting, then receiving, then again it sent back to this ultrasonic sound. So in this there will be some medium maybe blood cells or something like that, okay, inside the blood. So based on the transmitting as well as the receiving signal, so the time measure, that is when it sends a signal, that is the, wait on a minute, when it sends it, when this ultrasonic transducer sends a signal to here, we will measure the downstream transmit time, that is TD. And when this ultrasonic transducer retransmitted, that is when this transmit the downstream, we will measure the downstream transmit time. When this one receive, we will measure what? Upstream transmit time, upstream, that is TU, upstream transmit time. A pulse beam is transmitted to the blood vessel at a shallow angle and its transmit time is measured. when the blood flows in the direction of the energy transmission, the transmission of time is shortened. If it flows in the opposite direction, the transmit time is lengthened. Okay. When it's sent towards this downstream, the transmit time is high, and when it is transmit back, the transmit time is low. So here there is some equations. D is the distance traveled by the sound wave, TD is the downstream transmit time, V is the velocity of blood flow, C is the ultrasound velocity. So the ultrasonic velocity in downstream is given by C plus V cos theta, that is equal to D by TD, and ultrasonic velocity in upstream, that is equal to C minus V cos theta, that is equal to D by TU. Difference in transmit time, that is del T is equal to TU minus TD. So velocity of the blood flow is equal to V is equal to del T C square by 2D cos theta. Thus the blood flow velocity determines the difference between upstream as well as the downstream. I already showed from this transducer to this transducer, they will transmit from this to this, again it receives. So this downward, that is the downstream transmit time, they will measure the downstream transmit time. From here to here, they will measure the upstream transmit time. Next one, Doppler type ultrasonic blood flow meter. Here there is nothing but here there is a transmitter and here is a receiver. Okay, so here it is based on the Doppler principle. Okay, here this transducer, these are the transducers, it is coupled to the wall of exposed blood vessel. Okay, it is coupled to the wall of the exposed blood vessel, and this will send an ultrasound beam with a frequency f, okay, into the flowing blood. This will transmit a ultrasonic sound to the flowing blood with a frequency f. So a small part of the transmitted energy is scattered back again. After transmitting this, a small energy is reflected back to the receiver by a second. This is the second transducer. So after transmitting this, it will touch the particles that is in the blood and it will receive back by the next transducer. Okay, so the scattering occurs here. The scattering will occur as a result of moving blood cells, but the reflected signal has a different frequency due to Doppler effect. We know as due to the Doppler effect, the received frequency is different comparing to the transmitting frequency. The frequency is either f plus fd or f minus fd depending on the direction of the flow. Okay, the Doppler component fd is directly proportional to the velocity of flowing blood changes of the blood vessel. The Doppler frequency can be obtained at the output of the output. Okay, I will clear it. Okay, Doppler frequency obtained at the output is defined as the difference between the direct and scattered signal component. Okay, it is the difference between Doppler frequency is the difference between the direct and scattered signal component. Doppler signal is in low audio frequency range and hence it is in the form of narrowband noise. By using a frequency meter, Doppler frequency can be calibrated directly in flow rate units. Hope you all understand these types of blood flow meter, that is electromagnetic blood flow meter, then ultrasonic blood flow meter. In the ultrasonic blood flow meter, there is of two types, transmit time as well as the Doppler type. Okay, hope you all understand. If you have any doubt, you can comment or WhatsApp me. Okay, thank you.